again, like I was saying, I filled up this 1-gallon pail between when it started 13:30. By 14:08, the plug cleared and flow was established. Had begun to heat up and flow had begun. And it's now 3:05 or 15:05. I just pulled this gallon pail off 5 minutes ago. So between 1:30 of startup time in direct sunlight and 3 o'clock, it produced 1 whole gallon with the very small flow rate of half a psi that I was applying a bias pressure. Anyway, I decided that I wanted to continue because I want to evaluate in the shade to see if they'll still continue to bubble outputs and continue to flow outputs. So it's in the shade now, and in theory, if there's much reaction happening in there, it's going to be exothermic and be self-sustaining. It will keep itself going for several hours after the sun has gone down. It looks like to me that flow has actually stopped with the lack of that input. But let's check bias pressure here. It seems like that pressure's really dropped. Oh, it's dropped completely off. So let's. Okay, so it's hard to make much of what was going on there. We just had a really low bias pressure being applied, so perhaps it just had no inputs. Okay, now we're re-getting flow here. I'm watching the vegetable oil input line because I need to gauge things off of that. I'm clearly going to need a flow meter at the very least for the vegetable line, because I need to know what volumetric flow rate of input so that I can judge and estimate how much flow rate of methanol to match it with. It should be about a 1:6 ratio approximately. 1 part methanol flowing in for every 6 parts vegetable oil. That's just a real spitball guess at what kind of flow rates would be good. The main point is I can't really tell. I don't really know without monitoring temperature inside the reaction chamber and without good sealing. I can't make reasonable speculations about reaction rate or any of that kind of stuff. I can't even really make reasonable estimates about the flow through because I probably got this gallon just pushed through due to nitrogen gas pressure that I was helping push things through with. So, experiment, that's fine. It wasn't the goal of this experiment to actually get reaction or try to make estimates about the thermodynamics and how exothermic it is and how. Not trying to get any of that. That's the next step to get system efficiency and try to figure out what's actually going on and fine-tune the reaction chemistry. At this point, all I care about is, does the tube system seal? No, but I learned how to make it seal and what engineering work needs to be done. And can I get flow through the system? And even with a compromised sealing system, yeah, I'm able to get flow through the system of completely reasonable rates. I have some starting points for how to tune, and I learned a bunch of things like the points of failure of the sealing system, and then I'm going to need to monitor temperature continuously and have a flow meter installed on hopefully both inputs. So yeah, I'm going to have thermometers in the top. I'm going to need to read the temperature at least at what's going on the very top layer. I've got to really work on the engineered sealing system, and then I can go forth and rock and roll. This is good stuff. I'm learning a ton.